All right, you guys. So today we are going to get a look at the Resistance Ski Speeder, complete with our Captain Poe Dameron right here. Very cool in his new digs for The Last Jedi. So we are getting another vehicle, another new vehicle for the franchise. So very excited about that. Of course, we did get images of this vehicle in the trailer that was released at Celebration. And very cool looking vehicle as it slides across the landscape there, kicking up the red dirt that is underneath what I'm assuming is this is salt flats that they're skiing over. So this is not actually snow, but kind of like salt flats that they're skiing over, if I'm not mistaken. So very cool looking scene in the trailer. We're gonna get a 360 look at the box. All right, you guys, so getting a 360 look at the box, starting with the front of the box. Of course, we have our main characters for the new trilogy, Rey, Poe, and Finn, in action at the top of the box as usual. We have a very nice artist drawing of the vehicle here on the front, and then of course again, we have the character or the figure itself right here in the window. Very cool. And then, of course, some information there with a child's hand holding the vehicle. Looks very good in the child's hand. Looks like a nice size vehicle, but obviously we're going to get a very good look at that outside of the box in just a moment. And then going around to the other side of the box, again, pictured of the vehicle in the child's hand. And then getting a look at the back of the box, we have the vehicle itself with the character out in front, Poe. Very cool. Doesn't look like there's too many pieces to put together here. These things have been very easy builds. So credit to Hasbro for that, for making these not as intricate and as hard. Haven't had to deal with any stickers with any of the vehicles. There were some stickers for the BB-8 Mega Destroyer set. But not a lot of stickers with this particular set or with these vehicles so far. So really good in that regard as well. So again, a look at the back of the box. Very nice, very cool. And then of course we have Poe himself right there on the side, looking very cool with his blaster. So very cool design for the new boxes and The Last Jedi here. So we are going to get this thing out of the box, put it together, and get a look at it. So let's get that done now. All right, you guys. So we got it all out of the box, all put together. Again, a very easy, simple build. Really only two pieces to attach, which is the wing here and the this piece underneath here, which also has the little kickstand part. If you recall in the movie, this is what scrapes along the salt flats and kind of kicks up that red dust there. So very cool. Love the attention to detail on this thing. I mean, there's little wires and components and little weathering there on the wing as well. So very cool weathering right here. You have a couple of pistols or blasters, it looks like they're on the back of there. Your two missiles are right here, obviously. And then, of course, you have your pilot's compartment right there. One thing that's very interesting about this vehicle, and I'm sure this vehicle has a canopy that closes, but it's not offered here on this vehicle. It's an open canopy, no enclosure for the pilot there. So, and I wonder if that's the design in the film as well, if it's just an open compartment. Getting a look at Poe Dameron, Captain Poe Dameron here, and I want to let you guys get a good look at him. Very cool. Comes with the headset, comes with a pistol. I love the job that, now guys, obviously this is a 5 POA figure here, $8 figure. Again, no articulation, five points of articulation here, but for a 5 POA figure, look at the jacket, the rubber jacket that they give you. Very, very cool. It obviously doesn't come off, but the fact that you get it like this is super, super cool. The attention to the detail on the figures. I mean, I've had some QC problems with some of these figures, but when they get the figures right, I mean, they're getting them right, guys. And this is the 5 POA line right here. So very, very cool. No problems whatsoever. No QC issues with this figure at all. Stands very well. Very cool. Thank you, Hasbro, for that. Because I would have been very disappointed to get this figure and it not and it have some kind of QC problems. Again, and of course, again, guys, this is the 5 POA line. You know, this is the cheapest of the line, so they're going to cut some corners in certain areas. Most definitely, the paint for the pistol. I would prefer this in a black, perhaps, or a gunmetal gray for it to exactly match the headset. I don't think that's too cool, but at the same time, you know, you can't complain too much on an $8 figure. So very good. I really love it. I mean, look at the symbol on the side of the jacket, guys. Is that not cool or what? And then the face sculpts are so much better than what they've been in the past on these guys. So again, kudos to Hasbro on taking care of that. So let's get Poe inside of the cabin here, see how he looks on the inside of the cabin. Right, guys, so we got them all in the vehicle. Very, very cool looking. I want to get you guys a real close-up of Poe in the vehicle. There he is, looking absolutely awesome. Got his weapon hanging out of the cockpit there. So not only is he firing weapons with his vehicle, but he's firing it with his pistol as well. So very cool. One thing I want to show you guys on the inside there, I'm gonna have to hold it right here. If you look in the cockpit, there is a little seat belt that holds the figure in, which is really, really cool and a very good idea. And it kind of pulls out of there. You can pull it out, and once you get your figure in there securely, you just slide it right back into the hole, and your figure is in there securely. So very, very cool. Nice that Hasbro is thinking about safety and the seatbelt laws. So Poe will not be getting any seatbelt ticket in this thing. But very cool addition there. It's unfortunate that the directions are so vague because it doesn't tell you about that. It doesn't tell you if it's a piece that actually pulls all the way out. You kind of discover that on your own, or maybe you should know better. I don't know. So that's that there. And then we're going to take a look at the aircraft itself. So here you have shooters here, and then there's some other intricate pieces here on the side. That's kind of bent there. That's not cool. Have to fix that. Very cool right here. Just more detail, as I mentioned. So very cool detail. You have your shooters here, and we're going to get a look at both of those in just a moment. We want to get a look at all of the detail here on the vehicle. Very, very nice. Very, very cool stuff, guys. Just all the way around. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. And then there's a couple of features that we're going to get a look at as well on this thing. But again, we want to get a full scope. Look at the engine compartment. Very, very cool. Super awesome. Now, supposedly, and it does look like this piece actually comes off of here. However, I can't quite figure out how to pull it off. I feel like I'm going to break it if I try to pull it off. So I'm probably not going to do that here. But one of the features on this thing, which is really, really cool, reminds me of the old school vintage TIE fighters with this particular feature. But if need be, if this thing takes a hit, you get a pew right here, bam. it allows you to blast the wing off. And your boy Poe is scraping into the salt flat. So very, very cool option right there. Again, reminds me of the old school TIE fighters where the wings pop off if the aircraft is hit by blaster fire. So very, very cool. And then of course it snaps in very easily, and I'm gonna demonstrate that for you guys here. Snaps back very easily, and so it's all back together like Humpty Dumpty. Put it all back together. So very cool. And then we're gonna get a look at the blasters, guys. So let's get a look. Poe's coming right at you. Blasting, fellas, blasting. So very, very cool. Dual blasting mechanism right there, triggered by this trigger here, which is on the handle. And it makes it very cool for flying and scraping across the salt flats and what have you. So very awesome looking vehicle right there. Another good job by Hasbro. And I really like the sturdiness of the plastic on this thing. I think it's very durable. So your kids are going to be able to play pretty rough with this thing and not really do too much damage. And then the other thing that I like is there's not too many pieces to get lost. Sure, we know what happens with these things. They get lost all the time when kids are playing with them. This piece could get lost, but it's such a large piece that I would doubt that it would get lost as much. And then of course you have this piece right here, which is the other removable piece. So as we all know, if you've collected toys for any period of time, or if you were a kid playing with these things, those little tiny pieces always seem to get lost on these type of things. Well, the way that they're constructing these vehicles nowadays, there's not too many loose pieces to get lost. So meaning that most of these things will pretty much be intact for those who are going to be selling these type of items later on in the next couple of years. You're more likely to find these things intact as opposed to in several different pieces. So very cool vehicle. Really like this thing. Another good job by Hasbro. Very interested to see what this vehicle can do in the new film. I think it looks totally awesome. But guys, I want to know what you think. Please let me know what you think about this vehicle. If you're going to be picking this vehicle up, are you excited to see what it's going to be able to do in The Last Jedi? So put those comments down below, and please like and subscribe. And from the Father to the Son to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost, may the Force be with you always.